All right. Welcome, everybody. Again, we're not starting just yet. Another couple of minutes for everyone to pile in. We have tons of people joining us today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so committed to being a part of Success Weekly, brought to you by Lurn Nation. We have tremendous training coming up today. Let me tell you something. You are going to love what we are talking about today, because no matter what kind of business you have, you need to be able to get more traffic. You need more leads. It doesn't matter. You could be doing e-com, you could be doing affiliate marketing, list building, digital publishing, coaching and consulting, network marketing, multi-level marketing. I don't care what you're doing. A business is only fed by the leads that it gets and the traffic that comes to it. Well, we're going to talk today about how important Facebook has become. You know, it doesn't matter whether you like Facebook or not, whether you're social or not. It just doesn't matter. Facebook has become an integral part of driving and building an online business. You cannot avoid it. Not anymore. If you ever were, well, I don't know why you were, because, well, you need to be inside of it. But a lot of people are held back because they think, oh, I don't want to spend money. I don't want to spend any money, right? So we're going to talk through all of that today. We're going to talk about what Facebook does when you are on Facebook. When you make a post and you hope to get traffic from it, we're going to talk about what they really do behind the scenes and how you can utilize that to your favor. So again, very exciting things today. I'm super pumped. I'm telling you right now, I am excited. This is going to be one of our craziest, most exciting sessions that we have run so far this year. And we've got a brilliant guest expert who is one of my closest friends and also one of my closest advisors who is here. So without further ado, let me look at the time here real quick. We're going to do the countdown and kick this thing off. So let's get started. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone, to this week's Success Weekly, how to get more traffic, more leads to your business. Doesn't matter what kind of business you're doing, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's digital publishing, whether it's affiliate marketing, list building, coaching, consulting, network marketing. It just doesn't matter. You are going to master an art that every business needs today. So we've got hundreds of people joining us from all over the world. Do me a favor. Take a moment right now and click, but say hello below, or say yes, just a big loud yes. Show me the energy in the room so we can get pumped and we can do this, all right? We've got tremendous training today because we're going to dive deep inside of Facebook and talk about something that nobody else talks about. Yes, people talk about social media. Yes, people talk about paid ads, but that's not what I'm talking about. Today, we are going to talk about something that is really deep inside of Facebook, all right? And it's something Facebook wants you to do. They hope, they pray, they wish you would do this, but it's never been easy. It's been really ridiculously hard, except for until today. And I've actually been testing it and playing with it a little bit on my own. So I am super excited to be able to do this, to run this session today. So again, welcome for those of you who are just joining. We've got hundreds of people piling in from everywhere. Today we are going to talk about traffic. Now, before I can start on that, we should be currently streaming on Facebook Live as well. We're trying something new this week with Success Weekly, where we're not just running on YouTube right now and our page where you might be watching it, but we're also going to be streaming it on Facebook Live. If you happen to be watching it on Facebook Live, do me a favor, click like below, click share, leave a comment, engage and interact so we can get this more viral and more people will see it, more lives will be touched, more entrepreneurs will be empowered. That's what we do here at Lurn Nation, is empower entrepreneurs. Again, today, we're going to show all the entrepreneurs in the world, no matter what kind of business you have, how to get more traffic and more leads to your business using Facebook, but a really cool new feature. Well, it's not new, but a neat feature that no one's talked to you about. No one's ever told you or taught you this except for till today. You're going to learn it here live. So a couple of things to get out of the way. Number one, and I'm going to look at my notes real quick. You guys have got to mark your calendars and be here every week. Success Weekly. If you're not signed up, go to successweekly.com, www.successweekly.com. Go sign up, save your seat, put in your email address, mark your calendar every week, week after week after week after week. You've got to be here. Every week, you've got to be here live, all right? You have to be here live. Now, next, we're going to do a $500 giveaway at the end of this training today. We're expecting to go just around 1 hour, maybe a little bit more. So make sure you stay till the end. And the more that you engage, the more you interact with us here on our chat right below. And if you're on Facebook Live, the more you interact with us on Facebook Live, the better the chance you have of winning the $500. Let me have a little quick look here. Just seeing, are we actually on Facebook Live? Because it was a test, and it wasn't a guarantee that it was going to happen, but I can see that it indeed is happening. That's awesome. Hey, everybody who's watching on Facebook Live, make sure you click like below. Make sure you click share. Welcome to our Success Weekly episode every week, 9 p.m. So, ladies and gentlemen, $500 giveaway at the end of this session. Make sure you're here every week. Now, without further ado, let's talk about Facebook ads. But more specifically, let's even talk about how to get free traffic from Facebook. Do me a favor right now. Type in yes below. Type in yes if you want to get free traffic. All right? You know, how about the ability, even if you're buying traffic, like right now, I'm investing over $15,000 a day in Facebook traffic. So let's say even if you're investing in traffic, how would you like to maybe get a 200% boost in what you're investing? So your returns. Or if you're not investing and you're saying, you know what, Anik, show me some free traffic first before I go out and start investing in it. All right, no problem. How would you like that? So type in yes below. I'm gonna go have a little quick look here. Are we getting engagement? Heck yeah, we are. All right, we got a lot of people watching on Facebook, which is awesome. I'm so excited that we've got that going on. And then let me just go here and check. Oh man, we got tons of yeses pouring in. This is awesome. This is so exciting. Sorry, guys. I'm like a little kid in a playground right now because we are streaming all over the place, and I'm just kind of watching how it's working, but that's not what you're here for. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to a guest today who's going to give us an introduction to this concept. But here's the drill. He's going to also be with us next week. You cannot miss next week because next week, so today we're going to show you and teach you and coach you. We're going to show you how it works, what it is, open your mind to a whole new world of traffic. But next week, we're going to show you how to implement it. And we're actually going to show you strategies that you can use pretty much instantly, right from day one. And we're going to give you case studies, and then we're going to give you a sneak peek into an amazing software. So type in the number 1 below right now. Type in the number 1. If you are committed and you will be here next week. I want to see everybody typing in the number 1. So let's have a quick look. I want to see everybody typing in the number 1. If you're committed to being here next week, all right, for sure, so that you can see the continuation of today's training. All right, so let's see here. We got lots going on. All right, absolutely. A lot of people super pumped. Let's see, who's my first one pouring in. All right, guys, I want to introduce you to an amazing guest today. This gentleman I've known for years at this point. I have, as an internet marketer, I have seen him grow into one of the best marketers I've ever met, to the point that I think not a week goes by where I don't actually message him at least once and get help, get advice and insight from this gentleman. It is a true honor. It is a pleasure. And it is honestly a privilege to have him here today on our Success Weekly with Lurn Nation. So everybody, I want to do the type of welcoming, warm welcoming that we give to our guests here at Lurn Nation. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to type in hashtag Travis right below. Okay, type in hashtag Travis right below. Now, if you're watching this on our page or on Google Hangout, you can type it into the comment box below. If you're watching this on Facebook, click like and click share. Let's get this out to everybody. You get a chance to win some really cool free stuff when you engage with us. Learn gear. You get a chance to win free courses, possible coaching time with me on the phone. So right now, let's give our guests that big warm welcome. Let's see what's going on here. Is that all pouring in, super pumped and excited. Our Facebook feed is buzzing. Everything is just going great. So without further ado, Mr. Travis, welcome to today's Success Weekly. Thank you so much for coming on. Man, we are excited to learn how to get more traffic from Facebook using some really cool tricks that you found.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. And I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. This is going to be fun. It's something that, you know, I just like Anik gets geeked up about, you know, Facebook Lives and videos and chat and everything going well. I get really geeked up talking about this next subject because it's something that I don't think that like I'm some crazy pioneer that I've figured something out that nobody else has figured out. I just know that this is something that too few people are doing, and it's only taking advantage of something that we've known about for hundreds of years since the very first sale ever happened, but people just constantly forget to actually do this and take advantage of it. So Just quickly, should I share I don't know if I should be turning my camera on. I don't know if anybody would be able to see me anyways.
Yeah, that would be awesome, Travis. Everyone can see you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Yeah.
So, good looking guy.
I just literally, no joke, I got back, what's 9:10? My plane landed from Turks and Caicos like 3 hours ago. So it's been a crazy day. With traveling with a baby, I'm sure you guys know, but, yeah. So look, here's what I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about today. And I think this is crazy. And if nothing else comes out of this, what I'm hoping everybody, every single one of you guys can actually take and derive from this is you need to re-engineer the way that you think about setting up campaigns, running campaigns, and generating traffic from like right now until the future. Like pretend that right now is the first day that you've started anything on Facebook. Maybe you're already successful and I get that and that's awesome, but take that success and let's add something to it, right? Because what I'm going to tell you, if you take it seriously and you actually implement it, it's going to skyrocket your results. And there's a couple of pieces to this. First off is engagement, right? So let's talk a little about engagement. Facebook is nothing more than an aggregator, right? Facebook aggregates information. It aggregates content, right? Everybody can kind of agree with me on that. And so if you figure out how to reverse engineer what they're going to be doing, right? Facebook wants people to see all this information. They want people to constantly be on this platform so that they can obviously make more ad revenue. And so what we started doing was we started like questioning the fact that, man, the ads that we were running for, I don't know, Facebook ads has been a really heavily used platform now for like 8 years, I think, and more so heavily in the last 3 to 4. And in that 3 to 4 year time frame, I think Facebook started realizing like, man, now that we have 2 million people advertising on Facebook, our feed is filling up with a lot of junk, a lot of stuff that doesn't maybe look right. And they're seeing, just like everybody else, like realize, like Facebook hasn't been an ad platform as long as Google, right? When Google first started, they had to like test certain things and tweak certain things and figure things out to see how it would work best for their viewers, their searchers. And so we're having to do the exact same thing with Facebook right now. They're figuring out, they're testing, they're trying to see what's actually going to work. And so as they're doing that, they're changing things. And the number one thing that to me has been changing over the last, let's say, definitely the last year, I'm talking about like the last 365 days, has been the way that Facebook heavily weighs engagement. And then also what things they look at in that engagement that actually matter. So, all right, you're like, wait, what do you mean? If you post something on Facebook and you get a like, that is not equal to getting a comment, getting a share, getting, a click on the link, whatever it is, right? And Facebook knows that. And so they're playing around with very consistently their algorithm that actually says like, hey, this post is going viral. Here's how we know, right? And the thing that we've discovered, and this is going to be huge for a lot of you guys, and this is something that, especially if you're in the e-commerce space, you're going to kind of realize, and I want you to really take this out. They started to realize that a comment is so much deeper than everything else that can happen on Facebook for multiple reasons, and this is how I describe it. Let's imagine you're driving down the street and you see a store that you like, right? There's a couple of things that you can do. You can mentally just like that store, which would mean like, you drive by and you're like, oh, that's a cool store, right? That's the same thing as a like or a heart or a wow face. And, let's say Facebook sees that and they're like, okay, that guy liked the store, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Then you could share the store. And this is where things get very interesting. Everybody kind of really focuses on shares, and rightfully so. It's free traffic, right? But to me, this is what a share kind of feels like now on Facebook. So you're driving by the store and you like the store. You take a picture of it and you send it to a group of friends in a text message, right? That's kind of what a share is, because you don't actually have to go into the store to then share that with your friends. And so I think Facebook started to realize that because we're in a very headline-driven world where 90% of the things that happen on Facebook, 90% of the news that we're ingesting on a daily basis is headlines. They know that, and I saw this stat recently. It was talking about instant articles, which we'll get into eventually. You'll learn some more about that. But and they were talking about how there was an increase of actual clicks to views when it was an instant article, but it was still so low. And so what it triggered in my mind was, man, if there's millions of people seeing a certain headline, right? Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a lie. And a lot of them, they're going to share it right off the bat because they're like, oh, here's some news. I agree with this thought, or I don't agree with this thought. And guys, here's the perfect example. Just quick. I know right now the last thing any of us want to hear about or talk about is politics, but weigh it with politics, right? Let's think about it with politics. It's the same exact thing with politics. So I'm actually seeing the comments on Facebook. I can't see the ones on Gmail, which is really cool, or on Hangout. So this is cool. I'm seeing the comments, which is great. You guys keep them coming, and it's like fuel for the fire, guys. Your comments are like, that's exactly what's up. So you go on Facebook and you see all this political talk, right? How many times have you seen a headline shared from one of your friends and said, this is like, and you go and you read the article maybe, and you find out that it's just flat out fake news, or that the headline is so misleading that the article doesn't even cover that topic, right? Just say yes if you're on Facebook or if you're on Hangouts. Just say yes, because what you're doing is validating in our little conversation here. You're validating the fact that like it doesn't take a lot to get a share these days, and it can be fake news. And Facebook realizes that shares don't mean that you're spreading the content that they want you to share. But you know what does? And this is interesting. Let's go back to that. Analogy I was kind of picturing for you guys. You're driving down the street, you see a store that you like. You can either like it, you're like, oh, cool. You can take a picture of it, share it with your friend, or maybe just text the name. Or you could stop, walk in, and have a conversation with the store owner. Right? Now, from a marketer's point of view, this is our gold mine. This is like, oh my God, I have a chance now to talk to someone about their need for my product. Right? This is what we do on a daily basis. This is what we're looking to do and trying to do all the time. And so the fact that everybody's been overlooking driving comments, it's like scary to me, because think about the relationship that you create. And I want you guys to try to flip these as if you're the consumer, because this is how I create ideas and think about things. Let's pretend you're the consumer for a minute, and you walk into a store, and the store owner goes, hey, so let's say it's 20 degrees outside, and you walk in, and he sells jackets, and you don't have a jacket on. The store owner goes, hey, you probably need a jacket. And like, as soon as you say, or maybe the situation is reversed, you walk into the store, hey, I need a jacket. Boom. You have now started a relationship with that person. And I want you guys to really, really let this soak in, because it's not like some, like, what do you call it? Like psychological, like anomaly, something crazy. No, this is fact. This is how things happen in the real world. When you comment on something on Facebook, you are attaching yourself physically to the post. You are there forever. You realize, whether it's subliminal or not, that when you comment, people see that comment, right? And so when you say something, you know that is either representative of you, or you are now attaching yourself to this. And a lot of times, let's look at what actually happens when people go in the comment box. 70% of the time, people are tagging their friends. They're bringing their friends into the conversation. And you, as a business owner, you're marketing products on Facebook, and somebody comments or tags their friend, and you do nothing. You do nothing most of the time. Or you might like their post, or you might comment back and say like, oh, cool, or whatever. But what we need to do is figure out, and we need to like make this a priority, that do you guys just realize, and now here's a great way to figure this out. Just put, I want to see hearts on Facebook, and I want to see the word love in the Hangouts. If you guys understand that commenting on Facebook is like, it really is the new share, it's the new like. And here's another really cool fact. I want to see those hearts on Facebook because I know you guys get it. And I want this to sink in. I want it to really sink in that you need to start figuring out how you can drive comments on Facebook. Don't worry about the next side of that. We'll be talking about that soon. But because we talk about a continuation, we're going to run through some basics today, and we'll talk about the continuation on next week. And I see lots of hearts, which means you guys are actually letting this soak in. You want people to comment on your post so that you can develop the relationship between you and them. You're creating a bond that I know it sounds crazy, but again, we have to remember that we are in a very, very digital world. And let's not forget, 90% of the people who comment on your posts don't talk to people in real life, right? Like, they don't talk the same way to people in real life. Their social life is different than their real life. And you as a business owner have to understand that. And that's one of the biggest things that I've been able to take advantage of. Keep those hearts coming because I love seeing that out of the corner of my eye. One of the biggest things that I've been able to take advantage of is understanding that when you're on Facebook, your mentality is something different than if you're in real life. And so, but deep down, when we're looking to buy something, that still works the same way. That sales process still happens the same way. So we need to, as business owners, trigger certain emotions from people in order to get them to actually want to buy or to go to the next step or whatever. And commenting is one of the easiest ways that we can get them to trigger that emotion in doing so themselves. We're not actually required to do it. Now, it'd be nice, and we'll talk about this again, if you could really, really take advantage of and monetize instantly all the social engagement from a post. And that's where this is really going to become sort of a very 2018 style approach to Facebook, because I think one of the best marketers on the planet, and I'm sure you guys follow him as well, this guy says, heck, I don't talk at all in real life. You guys definitely get it, which is awesome. I love seeing the comments. One of the things that I think will drastically change is everybody's mindset from today forward. We're going to all be forced into a situation where we have to understand one very big difference, and this is what I was saying before with one of the best marketers on the planet, mentioned this not long ago, Gary Vaynerchuk. I watch a lot of his videos. I get a lot of inspiration from his stuff as far as even how he just shoots his videos. But one of the quotes that he said, I'm going to paraphrase, but it was basically like, an ad, you can't make an ad viral, but you can take a viral ad and promote it and make it an ad, right? And I started thinking about that, and with Facebook's drive to always be a better platform than it is, what they're going to be doing, and 2 months ago, a lot of you guys saw their update to their policies. What they're going to be doing is taking like all these ads that feel like ads and deprioritizing them. One of the best ways to know if your ad is actually hitting on all cylinders is to know, is it getting comments, is it getting likes, and is it getting shares? Because that's all Facebook can really test, aside from, is it being clicked, right? Those are the 4 things that Facebook can look at. Here's a really cool thing for you guys to do, and I want you to all test yourself on this. A bunch of you guys have probably run ads before, and you're running ads right now. And maybe a lot of them are successful, and that's phenomenal. That's great. But I want you to ask yourself this. When you set up an ad on Facebook, you're setting up an objective, right? So let's say most of you guys are probably doing like a website conversion ad, right? That's awesome. But when you do that, by default, you're paying for 4 things. And I want you to pay attention to this, because I think when you select an objective like conversion, you stop thinking about the other stuff that can occur. And I want you to flip that switch and start thinking about the other things that could occur. When you pay for that, you're going to be getting likes, you're going to be getting comments, you're going to be getting shares, and you're going to be getting link clicks, right? Those are the 4 things that you can get out of an ad, aside from like a page like, but that's not directly related to the ad itself. So if you can only get 4 things from an ad and you're going to pay for those 4 things every time anyways, you might not pay per like, or you might not pay per comment, or you might not pay per share. You're only paying for the conversions. You're going to get the other 3 by default. Why aren't you taking advantage of these 3? Why aren't you asking for these 3? And that's the thing that I want you guys to think about is like, oh, just because I'm running a website conversion ad, that doesn't mean that I have to not, manage comments. It doesn't mean that I have to not do all this other stuff.
Hey, Travis, so we're getting some questions. What I wanted to do real quick was just kind of, I wanted to dive in a little bit here into the ad and show people what we're talking about, right? Because I think some people are getting a little bit lost on that topic. So guys, when you see an ad right here, like this is a post, right? This is not necessarily an ad, it's a post. And what we could do on Facebook is turn this into an ad. But you've got to ask yourself, the only way this could be an ad for us is if there was a link in this description, right? So someone would have to click a link in the description and go to the other side, and that other side would be our webpage. So what Facebook knows is when you put a link into your description, Facebook knows what you're trying to do. They know that you're trying to get an ad, basically trying to get traffic away from Facebook, to leave Facebook. So what they're going to do is tell you, hey, if you want that, pay for it, right? So where all these objectives that we were talking about, right, that Travis is talking about, like such as like you can optimize an ad by what we call conversions, meaning you tell Facebook, look, I want you to send me more people who are likely to opt in or become a webinar registrant, or you can send. Or you can pay for engagement. So let's talk about engagement. What does Facebook consider an engagement? If I click the like button here, right, and I do any of these, if I leave a comment, if I click share, these are examples of engagement. So you could do that. You can also, in Facebook, pay for the views. So you could say, here's a video, Facebook, just show it as many times as possible. And I'd like to optimize by that. Show it to people who watch it. And all of this, what Facebook is basically still doing is basically penalizing you if there's a link in there. It's really tough to make something go viral if there's a link in the actual description. So in this case, what we tried, right, what Travis has called me and he said, I got this, I've got this thing, look at the results I'm getting. So I immediately ran to it and I thought, well, let's see how I can do what Travis is doing. So how can you get traffic to your page without putting an actual link in the description? Because here's the effect it has when you put a link in the description. So I'm going to give you an example here on the Onyx Singal page. I want you to see the reach down here. 12,320 people were reached with this post. 2,600 views. This is all free. As you can see, I'm not doing any ads. It's actually asking me to do an ad. I'm not doing any ads, not on this post, not on this page. So if I scroll down, and I'll find one, well, I probably don't have a video, but let's look up here. I did a post here where I obviously put a link in here. Oh, I didn't. Well, this is a link right here. And I'm actually, I got less than half of the reach, less than half, versus this video here. Now, okay, let's take another moment to look at something.
Well, and here's something I want to describe real fast because I think this is a great way to put into perspective for all of you guys. Here's the thing. Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar business, right? We can all agree with that. And the way that they make their money is by showing ads. And let's just break this down. If they can show more ads, they make more money, right? Everybody knows that. So how do they show more ads? Facebook has to keep people who are on Facebook. That's how they make more money from ads. If they take people away from Facebook, they know they're not going to get you to continue to scroll, right? You guys know how this works. As you scroll through your news feed, you see an ad. You get about 5 or 6 posts from friends, you'll see an ad. You scroll some more, 5 or 6 posts, you'll see an ad. On the right-hand column, you'll see ads, and then if you click away and come back, they've changed, right? So every single time those ads show, somebody's paying for it, Facebook makes money. So here's Facebook's thought process, and I couldn't agree with them more. I just think that as advertisers, we have to understand this. They say, okay, well, so our primary business model needs to be keeping people on Facebook. And so as an advertiser, you need to understand that that's what they're doing. They are not in the business of sending us traffic to our websites. It's just not their thing. So in their ads algorithm, they deprioritize anything that takes people away from Facebook, period. Or it costs more to show that ad. You might get a lot of priority, and you might be able to get a lot of reach, but you may pay more for it than somebody who doesn't have a link in their post, because Facebook says, hey, we've got one post trying to reach audience A and it has no link in it. We've got another post trying to reach audience A and it has a link in it. Let's show audience A the one with no link, because that means we can show them another ad down at the bottom, right? So that is what's going to help you all understand what we're doing here, because if you can still have an ad or still have something that drives business to your site in the way that Facebook wants you to do it, then even without promoting it, you're going to get more reach and more virality, more growth out of your post, because Facebook sees your post, says, hey, there's a lot of likes, comments, and shares, or mostly comments, and I'll explain why that works in a minute. A lot of comments on this post. We're going to show this more. We're going to show this more. And the coolest little fact is, every single comment, and you guys probably know this if you log on to Facebook, when you comment on somebody's post, doesn't matter how it works, if it's a fan page or whatever, that actually shows on your friend's news feed and says, hey, Thomas commented on this post. But you notice you'll never see that for a like. You'll never see Thomas liked this post. And when Thomas shares the post, most of the time you look over it because you don't like Thomas. But you'll see Thomas commented on this post. It shows you the original post almost the same way a share would. But it makes it you're way more curious. And I want you guys to really let this soak in. You're way more curious when your friend comments on something. You want to see what they said. Now you're way more interested in the post, right? It's not just he shared it and said something stupid because I can ignore that. I want to see what my friend just said. And so that's where commenting just keeps driving in deeper. So I just wanted to explain that's Facebook's algorithm in a nutshell when it comes to the ads, and why Onik is what he's showing you right here is so important, because you can reach a ton of people with something that still promotes your business that has no link in it.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for clearing that up. So I want to show you guys a really neat thing that we tried here. Okay. So look at this post real quick, and I want you to look at the numbers, because as marketers, as entrepreneurs, you need to get used to looking at the numbers. So this one, I actually used a strategy that that is being taught by Travis, that I learned from Travis, okay? And I even used a software that Travis basically is going to show you next week. By the way, how many of you are committed to being here next week to see how to implement all of this into your business? I want you to type in me. Type in me right now. If you're on Facebook, type it into the comments below. If you're watching on Google Hangouts, you have a question and answer box right below this. Type in me. I want to see the first person who says me. I want to see the first person who says me. I'm going to send you, or I'm going to give you $100 just for, oh, there we go. Never mind. Pouring in. It is going to be Astrid. Astrid, I'm taking a picture of you, of your name and email. My team will email you. And now, of course, the me's are pouring in. Guys, you got to be here next week, because I'll show you exactly how I did this. So check this out, okay? On this post, there's no link, okay? I made a video, and the video is all about this webinar, actually. I had 2,600 views. Check this, 103 likes. But here's the part that's crazy. Look at that, 116 comments, 116 comments. Now, looking at that, now let's go on below, okay? Here's another post. Now, this one we promoted, so I can't show you that one because that one got boosted. Let me show you.
But the real value is, look at that. You can even go back to that one and look at the percentage of likes to comments, because guys, we know likes don't have as much value as comments, right? So if we could, we'd have more comments than we would anything else. I want you guys to really focus on that, and I want you to think about that. Look at this. He had 139 comments when he had almost 1,200 shares. And think about it. What would happen if it was reversed? Do you guys just type me, or type yes in the chat box if you think that had he had 1,300 comments and 137 likes, that he'd get way more virality out of the post, right? That's what I want you guys to think about, is like, holy cow, that's the holy grail there. So he's not only reaching more people when he does it, when he gets all these comments, but the reason he's reaching more people is because of the comments. It kind of go one in one.
Yeah, and so guys, look at this, right? Here's a post I put up, not using the strategy that we're going to share with you and that we're going to teach you, that we are teaching you. I put this post up just recently, right? It's a good video. It's actually, I shot it in the exact same place, didn't realize it, same time. So here, I want you to look, 5,600 people reach 1,000 views, okay? 34 likes, and look at this, 4 comments. So the chances of this post going viral versus, look at this one, 12,000 reach, 2,600 views, 103 likes, and 116 comments. So there's something very specific we're doing to encourage that. And now what's happening is, because of that, it's going more and more viral. But it gets even better. The same video, I also posted it on my Learn page, where we actually went and boosted it. We spent like, I don't know, like $100, guys. Nothing crazy, okay? We're just playing around with it. So we spent on $100, and look what we were able to do. 15,000 views, 32,000 people reached, okay? 97 likes and 161 comments. So almost a 1-to-1, well, 1-to-2 ratio, like 1 to 1.5. Tons of comments, 23 shares. And so all of a sudden, a video that's really not fancy, it's not, it's not got any of that frills, bells, and whistles to it, but it has a chance of going viral, or has a chance of getting me a lot of free traffic. And what happened is, from this, we were actually able to pick up, between this post and posting it on my Onyx and All page, we were able to pick up over 250 new subscribers, new Success Weekly members that came in. All right, and my total cost on one of them just here was $100, and the other one I didn't even spend anything, because there is something we're doing in the video, and I'm going to let Travis explain what's happening here. But this is exactly how we are changing. What we're going to see, and why I need you back here next week, is because this week we are going to actually do ad campaigns built completely around Travis's strategy, using Travis's software. And you're going to see the massive volume of free leads we pick up. This was like, I started testing this like 2 days ago just to have fun with it. I sent Travis what I was doing, and I said, hey, have a look. We're having a little bit of fun. But Travis, I don't want to steal your thunder. I want you to explain what's happening here. Why are we getting so many comments? And why am I getting so much traffic even though there's no link here?
Yeah, so I think that here's a couple of things that I wanted to describe to you guys. And I want you, again, I don't want to tell you guys this stuff and then have you let it wash off your back, and then you don't either think about it or use it. So I want you guys to really use this, because here's something that's really important. When you send a post on Facebook, and this, again, this is like science. If I posted something on Facebook, or let's say he posted that video that you're seeing right there on your screen. He posts that video and it has a link in it. Almost probably 60, 70% of the people who see the post, before they even watch the video, they see a link and they think this is an ad, right? Because you see a link. You're programmed to know that it's an ad for something, and you shut off. And a lot of times, you don't look, you don't pay attention, you don't read. I think a lot of you guys are realizing, and I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in on the live feed, which is super cool. But you realize it's a different mental shift altogether when you post something that doesn't have a link. People are like innately more interested because they know it feels more like content. and less like, oh, he's promoting something, right? Just that little mental shift makes people more willing to listen to whatever it is that your ad has to say. Now, yes, does this strategy work with links? It works like wildfire, okay? It works like wildfire with links, without links. This was a really cool experiment to show, like, honestly, in my opinion, this is like a worst case scenario, right? Because what we were able to test is this is what happens when you literally don't promote the thing that you're promoting and you let what happens in the background do that. And so what's really cool is two different sides of this. Number one, the first side is Facebook back in March of 16. They made a really big announcement. And that announcement was for a tech, geek as myself. It was a big announcement. The announcement was at a conference called F8, and they announced two things. They announced the beginning of Facebook Live, and they also announced what I think is probably the most important thing, and that was this new Facebook Messenger, call it platform or infrastructure that they were releasing. And I think that, what's really crazy is Facebook wants to be that company. They want to be the big company. They want to be the one. And, you have to look at other people who have done that. And they saw this company out in China, and that's called WeChat. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but what WeChat does is it basically does everything for you from one app. So imagine Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Yelp, Uber, everything all in one app. That's what WeChat is. Facebook saw, like, man, that starts by our Facebook Messenger platform. We already have the capability to do all of the same stuff. So just to give you guys a really cool idea, Facebook Messenger in the next 3 to 4 years is going to be controlling the lights in your house. You're going to be able to actually message your home and it'll turn off lights in the house. There's a lot of really cool automation that's going to be built into Messenger, and Messenger is absolutely enormous. But so when they announced that people were going to be able to build into Messenger, my team and I, which my team actually got called into Facebook years ago for it's like a beta program. What they do is whenever they announce new features, they actually send it to my team as part of a team of 20 that can use the systems that they're getting ready to deploy and basically give them feedback. And so, we kind of had a heads up on some of the API stuff that was coming out, and that was the big announcement, was we're releasing a public API. And for those of you guys that don't know what it is, don't worry. It just means that tech geeks like myself and my company, we could build systems that work through Facebook Messenger. And this was enormous news, because the one big problem everybody has is, and I want you to really take this because this is big. Most businesses are trying to take someone and bring them to their business, right? You take somebody off of Facebook, send them to your store. You take somebody, from wherever, bring them to your thing, get them to your opt-in page, get them to your coaching program, get them to whatever it is. And the problem is, we live in a world where everything comes to us. And I want, think about it. Uber, massive company, because cars now come to us on our phone. We don't actually have to call a cab anymore. Oh my gosh. We don't have to go to the street and wave our hand and hail a cab. It comes to us. Food delivery services are huge. Not because people can't cook, which most people can't, not very well, but it's because the food comes to us. Airbnb, I don't have to go to a bunch of different places to look up all these results. They come to me. And that's the thing that's happening in 2017 faster than ever. Technology grows every 6 months. It doubles. The speed in which technology grows, it doubles every 6 months. And so what we're going to be seeing in a year, totally different. And so what's really cool is as a marketer, your mission, your goal should be, how can I bring my experience, or at least deepen my experience? How can I bring that to my customer instead of making them come to me? And that's what commenting does with some of the functions that we've been able to build into Messenger. And I see, Anik, you got the drawing board up, so I'll go ahead and let you do your drawings.
Yeah, actually, so what I wanted to just share is we're talking about the power of Messenger, right, everyone? And so what happens is if you don't have a link in the ad, so the power of the Messenger that Travis is speaking about is we just heard, right, that they're starting to actually do advertisements now in Messenger. They're starting to make that their de facto default platform for a lot of things. So what Travis has figured out, which is brilliant, is so let's say you've got your video here. The one thing I did different in this video, okay, in this one versus the one maybe, the one maybe above it or wherever it was, the one thing I did different is I asked them, okay, I think it was on this page. I actually asked them here that if you're interested, leave a comment below and I'll send you the link. So what happens when they leave a comment below, just like Travis said, is it creates a conversation. It actually creates a chat. Now you're thinking, Anik, I'm not going to sit there and auto reply. I'm not going to reply to every single person. That's true, because how many comments did we get just on this one? 116. And then on top of that, over at Lurn, I got 161. Total that up, we're almost sitting close to 300 comments. I don't have time in the day. But what you'll start to see, which is really interesting, is, so you'll see here, see response. And so look at that. With this individual, there's an automatic response that was sent to them. And so that is what we're doing now. Well, not we, that's exactly what Travis is doing, which is absolutely downright brilliant. Okay, so what it's allowing people to do is now you can put up posts on your page even for free, not promote it, but Facebook will go ahead and say, all right, we'll give you some traffic. The thing you have to do is make sure that you are announcing, and I'm going to try to do a little, it's probably good because you guys didn't want to see my bad drawings. This is a speaking bubble, okay? No comments about my drawing. So you ask them to comment below. As soon as they do, Travis is going to show you next week how you can actually respond to them, and you respond to them with a link that they can then go click, and that link takes them to your website. And you're able to do whatever you want. We're getting 72% conversion opt-in rates. 72%.
Imagine, yeah, think about how dedicated that person is. I think everybody kind of focuses on quantity over quality. And what this allows you to do is focus on the quality again, because when somebody takes the time to see your message, comment below, get the reply that you're going to get, and then go to the link, the conversion rate is absolutely insane. And when we started using this, guys, I'll kind of give you a little bit of background. I started using this aggressively about 2 months ago, where I was actually testing conversion between an ad that I sent replies to Messenger with. So to kind of break this down for everybody, as soon as somebody comments on your post, as a Facebook page owner, you have the right to do something that you're not doing, which is Facebook gives you the right to send them a message. So we decided instead, like, hey, let's just make this easier, because yes, it's incredibly powerful, and yes, it's something that everybody should be doing, but no, not everybody wants to manage 20 different Facebook pages and then have to send replies to every single person who comments on any one of the posts. Let's just automate it. Let's make it easier, right? Let's automate it so that people can actually do this instantly. And so there's some really cool things started happening, and we ended up developing some phenomenal ideas that I think you guys are going to actually, you're going to freak out more about some of the other stuff that we ended up creating, even more so over this. But this is going to be it's going to be like a stepping stone that I think every single one of you guys who's watching this, and especially those of you guys who see inside of what we're doing next week, because the method is just going to blow your mind. I think everybody's going to be like, that's what was able to kind of get me to that next step, because we've also got a couple of things that, and I know you guys, we got 10 minutes or so, but one thing that I wanted to mention is one of the other things that we're going to show you how to do is, how many of you, just say me in the chat box, have seen the sign up with Facebook buttons, right? You go to a website and you try to opt into somebody's site and it says, opt in with Facebook, right? We did a poll around the same time we were starting to put together this system that, like, well, here's the fact is it's going to 3x your business within 48 hours, period. If you implement the auto commenting feature where, like, when somebody comments, it actually sends them this insanely cool message and you can customize it based on the post. We know that the results that we're seeing are 3 times what people were getting before. E-commerce is where we're getting a lot of our case studies from right now, who are doing this, using this method, and they're just like, it's unbelievable. I mean, you're able to say, comment below and I'll give you a link to get this cat necklace free, or comment below and I'll show you where you can get this pug shirt free. The possibilities with it are freaking endless. Absolutely endless. When you can automate it, you can just set it up in a minute and it's done, and that's the nice thing. But here's the really cool thing. We polled 5,000 people in one of my private lists. We actually messaged 5,000 people and I asked them, I said, hey, if you have the option to sign up using Facebook or enter your name, email, phone number, whatever, password to create your account, which one do you choose? And 78% of them said they'd sign up with Facebook because it's easier. They just click a button, right? Now, I think everybody can kind of agree that the easier it is for somebody to take the action that we want, the more likely it is that we're going to get that action. So for those of you guys who are generating subscribers or generating email lists, or you want to generate an email list, imagine being ahead of the curve from everybody else, where you could, and we're going to show you next week, inside of 2 minutes, like this is not like an exaggeration. This is for real. 2 minutes, you can start and get your first lead using Facebook, using the strategy that I'm going to show you, which is crazy scary. All using a link that we're going to create that enables Facebook to send us the email address of the person who's clicking on the content. So, and I know it's absolutely like, some of you guys are like, wait, what? And that happens so much where people just don't quite get how cool it is. We're going to show you exactly how we're doing this, where we just tapped into Facebook, what they're allowing us to do, and again, what they want us to do. And we found some really cool, it's hard not to call them loopholes, but like we found some really, really cool things that Facebook makes available to people if you have the ability to utilize them. And what we're doing is we're now putting it out for the world to utilize this. So in 5 minutes, you guys are going to be able to create, this is next week, so this is why you guys have to be there next week, because it's incredible. We're going to show you how in less than 5 minutes you can create a button that'll actually allow people to, when they click on it, it doesn't matter what you're sending them to, when they click on it, they're going to register as a lead in your system. You get the lead, the email address, and what's great is we're also getting a lot of their Facebook data. So now when your leads are showing up with their birthday, when they're showing up with their gender, when they're showing up with their age range, imagine what you guys could do with that stuff. Imagine what your clients could do. I mean, it works for every single niche. E-commerce, if you're actually generating leads and you know what age group they're in or what demographic they're in or what gender they're in, you can do a lot more with that segment, your audience, because you know who you're speaking to. It makes a big difference. And so we've just got this really cool way that, like, now hundreds of people are starting to generate leads, and it's so, like, I'm not kidding. It is actually so easy because we're taking advantage of a new trend that not a lot of people are doing yet, that I've had a couple of people who've said, like, hey, I'm showing like 7 subscribers, but I don't know what I did. Like, I'm not kidding. I'll show you next week. Somebody using this exact method who said, like, I've got like 9 subscribers or something like that, like an odd number. and but I don't know what I did. Can you show me what I did so that I can redo it? And so, like, in a world where everything tends to be more difficult than it should be, like, that to me is like, it's hilarious and very, very entertaining that, you know, we've come up with something that when people see it for the first time, it goes over their head for a minute, and then after they like let it soak in, like, wait, he just generated a subscriber, but it didn't look like he did. That's when they're like, wow, this is amazing. And again, all we're doing is taking advantage of what Facebook makes available to us. Greatest part is 2 months ago, Facebook, every time you build something into Facebook, Facebook audits you, right? So they have to approve what's called your app ID. Don't worry about the technical details, but we had multiple different app IDs running in this thing, and they approved every one of them. So what that means for you is what we're going to be showing you was looked at and approved by Facebook. So it's completely not just legit. It's something that they wanted us to do because they made it available to us. So I know it's working for me like gangbusters. It's working. It's obviously, you guys saw here, it's working for Onik. And how about this, guys? Onik has only had the chance to see half. He's only seen the benefit of getting the comments, sending them a private message, which has ridiculous benefit. I mean, if you guys think about that, when somebody sends you a message on Facebook Messenger, like, we're going to go over some incredible stats. I would bet you 90% of you who are watching, if you're here you're here next week, I would bet you 90% of you, no matter what, by the time we're done, you'll start something that week or month for your business regarding Facebook Messenger when you see how powerful Facebook Messenger is as a platform by itself. Like, the fact that it's the second most downloaded app ever. The fact that it was the #1 most downloaded app last year. Doesn't that make you think they're up to something at Facebook? When the #1 most downloaded app of the entire year was Facebook Messenger, and it's been around for 4 years. Why is that? Why was it the most downloaded app last year? That's because they're doing some big, big things with it and making it to where we all want to use it. Here's a crazy, stupid stat for you. Guess how many messages are sent every single month using SMS, using text messages, right? Don't worry, you don't have to guess. I'm going to tell you. The last number was 20 billion messages are sent every month using SMS and text message. Now, I know everybody here, all of us, were thinking, man, SMS, that's the #1 way that I communicate with my friends or with this person or with that person. And here's an interesting number for you. Facebook Messenger delivers 65 billion messages a month. So you know how big SMS is. Messenger is 3.5 times bigger than that, and you don't have a marketing strategy for it. There is no, what's the go-to for marketing on Messenger? There isn't one. And I bet every single one of you guys who's in the comment section, you're probably going, wait a second. The #2 most downloaded app ever, the only app aside from Facebook itself that has 1 billion users. People spend more time in Messenger than they do almost any other app aside from Facebook. And 65 billion messages get sent every single month. And I don't have a single thought in my head as to how to advertise through it. Right? Like, if I said this was Facebook, if I showed you those stats and I said, that's Facebook stats, you'd be like, oh yeah, well, of course I'm advertising on Facebook because that's where everybody has to advertise. And yet, you probably have a strategy for Instagram, and there's only 500 million people on Instagram. And they spend less time on that than they do on Messenger. And it's less interactive, less conversational. And so that's what got me all geeked up. Because I'm like, oh man, you want to talk about being able to generate sales pretty much automatically and automated? Send people messages and see what kind of return you get there. It's absolutely bigger than any of us can quite understand, comprehend, and prepare for. But next week, we're going to show you everything that you need behind the scenes to not only start delivering messages, responses to messages that you don't have to worry about doing, all the time. And then also, we're going to show you how you can actually leverage that to generate subscribers and leverage this new trend in generating subscribers in an easier, better way than what we were doing even 3 months ago. This is one of those times where you're either going to see yourself behind the wave or you're going to be on it. And it starts next week. You're going to be on it if you're there next week.
Absolutely. Listen, everyone, I am pulling up a couple of things. First of all, Travis, thank you so much. Everyone, right now, I want you to type in, all right? I want you to type in a big yes below, depending on where you are. If you're on Facebook, there's great comment function right there. If you're on YouTube, then you can see the comment box below. I'm going to wait to see people typing in yes. If you are committed to being here next week, you are going to be here, be live, and you're ready to see how to implement, and I don't know what is going on. My Safari is just freaking out. So what we're going to do is we're going to abandon Safari there, and no making fun of my ridiculously crazy background. I like to save a lot of files on my desktop. So let's go to Facebook. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to win your $500 now. But first, let's see. Are we going to see a lot of people here next week? Oh, yeah. We got yeses just pouring in right now. Guys, this is very, very exciting stuff. And look at that. I pulled up, and I see Mr. Travis on my feed. So I'm telling you, Travis, I swear I believe Facebook listens to us and watches us.
Yeah, I know,
This is not the first time this has happened. I was talking about video ads with somebody yesterday, Facebook video ads. Literally, I was talking about Facebook video ads, and somebody and an ad came up saying, if you want to learn how to do Facebook video ads. So, well, listen, everyone, we have had a tremendous session. So what I want to do here is I want to give you a chance to win your $500, and everybody knows what they need to do. You need to head over to the Lurn page right now. I want you to type in a thank you, Travis, in this. Get ready for next week. Get pumped for next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. But also leave me a comment right now. Remember, you have to like the Facebook page. So you have to make sure Lurn's Facebook page, you click like. You have to make sure you click like on this post right here. It says our Success Weekly. This was the one. This is a huge breakthrough on Facebook and increasing results by 200%. Click like right over here and make sure you leave a comment below that says, first of all, thank you, Travis, and then leave your feedback on what you think about today's training. Do it right now. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes while I show you some other sources. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes while I show you some other great places that you need to be going this week if you want to be able to get just awesome free training constantly all the time. Go to Facebook's Lurn page. Do it right now. Scroll below. You'll actually see our Facebook live feed happening, by the way, which is kind of cool. It's right here. But scroll past that and go right below and find this post. Now, make sure you've clicked like on the Lurn Facebook page. And also, make sure you click like on this post and then leave a comment. And I'm going to pick someone very soon. But if I end up seeing that you haven't done all of those steps, then you aren't going to win, and that's going to suck. So, okay? Now, the benefit of guys liking the Lurn page is we have tons of amazing free training coming up that we're putting up here all the time. All right, next week, again, be here Wednesday, 9 p.m. You guys know that we do this every week, but next week we're going to show you killer demos and killer case studies. Travis, before we go, can you just give us a sneak peek next week of you're going to be giving an awesome case study. I mean, you have been using the strategy to actually make money. Like, you're doing really well with it, right?
Yeah. So actually here, let me see. I have an image here of some stuff. Let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, I've been doing this. I've been doing pretty well with it. I'm just pulling up a couple of little images for you guys because I know that you'll want to see what we got going on. So I use this strategy, and so what I did, I'm actually going to pull up, let's see, screen share, right? I can do that. So
now, everyone, while Travis is doing that, make sure you go to Facebook and do this, all right? So we're going to come back. I can already show you. I bet you a lot of people have already started doing it. Watch. I'll hit refresh. You want a chance. Look, usually about a couple hundred people take part in this. That means you have 1 in 200 chance of winning. So I already got 27 comments here. Sean Johnson, every week Onic delivers mind-blowing information. Much gratitude. Thanks, Travis. Exciting boost for our business. We've got tons of people already engaging here. So guys, you have very little time, but go do this. And then let's see. Travis has got a really cool image for us.
So yeah, I think this is sharing with you guys. You guys can see that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And so this is what I did. Now I was promoting something totally different than like I was running an ad like I normally do. And then I implemented our chat functionality, and I said, here's what I want to do. I want to only track the sales that come from messages that I send people who comment, right? So I wanted to see exactly what this value brought to my business. I didn't want to pretend as though like, oh, we made a bunch of sales, but some of them came from the ad, some of them came from the comments. I didn't want that. So look at what we actually got, guys. Now, I would love to see, this is a week of our Facebook account. We were running one ad, and we were using the auto respond chat function where we sent messages that then linked people to our posts. And I want you guys to look at this. We spent $13,607 in a week, and we made $22,816 just off of the comment section. Like the thing that every single Facebook advertiser is currently overlooking and wasting money on by getting comments and doing nothing with them. We made almost double our ad spend, which, let's face it, everybody in this room, if I said, hey, if you gave me $13 and I in return gave you 22 and a list of 3,500 subscribers, by the way, would you do it? Every single person in here, hands down, would do it. That's all you need to know. Next week, we're going to show you how this happened, exactly how this works, why it works. There's definitely a lot of psychology as to why it works. But if you just understand like, hey, you know what? Sometimes it's easier to just be like, you know what? This works. He showed me. Like, this is proof. I took this screenshot like a week and a half ago. This is proof. This is what we're doing in our business every single day. This is just off of the comment section. So we ended up making a lot more money on this campaign in that week because we obviously made money on what we were directly promoting. But if you've had failed campaigns on Facebook, if you're running ads and not getting any success, if you haven't tried Facebook yet because you're a little worried about how to structure things and whatnot, trust me, next week, you're going to have a system in place to not only be able to start driving traffic, but to be able to monetize it, and to, if you're spending money on ads, you're going to get more out of them. And if you're not ready to spend money on ads, I'm going to show you free traffic strategies where you can leverage viral content, comments, and make money. And we're going to cover it all next week. So I cannot wait to be able to dive inside of exactly what we're going to do with this system.
All right, thank you so much. And we have got over 87 comments. You know what I noticed is I think people started putting the comments in under the live feed here, which is fine. I'll consider that. We had a lot of people that came over to the live feed have put their comments and likes here, so that we are just as happy with that. We appreciate that, guys. And I just want to read some of the comments here. Very insightful information about Facebook Messenger. Helped me bridge the gap between comments and turning them over to an opt-in page. And we just have, you guys have a few more minutes here, okay? Dwayne says, thank you, Travis. David says, yes, all information. It's such a coincidence Travis came on. I spent the entire day trying to optimize my Facebook ads, and I kind of gave up. So, Travis, you were a shimmer of hope for our students here. Thank you so much for being here. And, guys, I'm telling you, I mean it when I say this, okay? You haven't seen anything yet. You have not seen anything yet. Wait until next week when you see how this thing works and how freaking easy it can be. You are going to love what is going on with it. Now, again, learn. Oh, how did that start? Let me turn this off real quick. So learn.com. I am not. I'm off my game today. Learn.com/blog, everybody, for some awesome content. We put this post up yesterday. Last week. You got to go read it. How I added 16,452 free targeted Facebook leads to my email list. You know what? If I was doing what we learned from Travis and what you're about to see next week, that probably would have been like 22,000.
Oh, yeah.
But still, awesome article. Tomorrow, there's a new article coming out on learn.com/blog that will be talking about what Travis is doing with his new strategy. The other thing I want to show you here real quick is if you go to youtube.com, we're turning this into quite the little center for you and for your training. You just go type in Learn, go to Learn's page, all right, and go to where it says, let me zoom in here for you, go to where it says playlists, okay? Under playlists, you're going to see Learn Nation Success Weekly Training. You click on that, and you've got all of our past trainings. All of them, right? From the very first one, which was the Ultimate Goal Setting Workshop, to how I do over $2,000 a day with my affiliate marketing, to even last week's, how I add 3,231 leads a day to my list for free, quote unquote. We've got amazing Success Weekly sessions that happen, and I want to just show you how many thousands are watching it. So if you come down here, you see over 4,300 people have seen this episode. So if you are missing out on any of these episodes, you need to go watch them. Spend some time. We do this for you. We pour our heart and soul into these trainings for you, okay? And if you want to get the most benefit and you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you cannot lose opportunities like this one. So we're going to give away that $500 in about 15 or 20 seconds. Next week, be here. We're going to do live demos, live case studies. You're going to see how to get traffic right out of Facebook, whether it be for free or whether you take your advertising and literally double your profit from it. I know a lot of people are super pumped about it. I'm seeing a tremendous number of messages from people that are excited. So I'm excited that you're excited. While I go here and check it out to see how many comments we have and how excited people are, Travis, any last words, anything to get us super pumped about next week?
No, nothing aside from the fact that I think that guaranteed some people are going to be on next week's call who are going to get their first sale within 7 days of seeing what we're going to do. I also think that we're going to see a good number of people getting their first subscriber. A large number are going to be taking advantage of our show and tell Thursdays that we do in a special group that I'll tell you guys about, where we actually post results every Thursday. That it's really cool to see people who like don't even know how they're going to start making money online yet. The first thing that they want to do is get momentum, right? You just want to get some kind of momentum. And so we focus on getting you momentum that's going to then lead to leads, because that's what we're going to show you how to do next week. And then also how this whole commenting feature is going to grow your business, get the ball rolling for you, and really kind of skyrocket those of you who are already in that small to medium level with your Facebook ads. So it's one of those things that, like, I'm telling you, 6 months from now, there's going to be several handfuls of people who are here who are going to be telling us, like, man, it was that call that changed things for me, made it easier, automated, improved on. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Listen, everyone, one last refresh. Here we go. This is it. Last refresh now. And we are going to choose our winner for the $500. Now, remember, when you win, you must send us an email to our support department so we can send you over 129 comments. But I want you to see this. We got a ton of them up here, just a tremendous number. I can't even see how many there are. I don't think I can actually go back and see a bunch of them right now either. So I hope you guys are leaving.
I don't think you can do that until either on your mobile device you can, or until the feed is over, or if you go directly to the actual link. So if you right click on the video, go up to the live video, right click on it. It should say show URL. Yeah, you can see.
All right. And I can't pause it. I'm going to let it go for now. Listen.
I don't think you can do that until either. Yeah, it goes back in time.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to go stick to the rules, right? Stick to the rules. So here we go, guys. I'm going to pick up view previous comments. And I'm going to keep hitting this a few times. Let Facebook do some random stuff for me here. And I'm going to scroll. I can't read. I'm going to scroll. All right. Bradley Howard Grieger, you are our winner for this week's $500 giveaway on Success Weekly. Bradley writes, thank you, Travis, for your time today. I had no idea that ads could be used in Messenger. And now that you've made us aware of this fantastic tool, I'm really looking forward to see what's possible. So, Bradley, congratulations. What you need to do, Bradley, okay, is I'm going to take a picture of you right here. That way I can send it to my support team. you need to send a message to support@Lurn, support, SUPPORT, @LURN.com, support@Lurn.com. Send an email with your PayPal address. Let them know you won the $500 today on our live Success Weekly episode. And everybody, be here next week. Do not miss it. Remember, you can actually just go to, if I can find the URL here, here you go. Just go to successweekly.com, guys. Save your seat. Okay, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. If you're watching this on Facebook, go get on board, and that way you can actually go watch it on our actual website. Next week, Travis and I are going to dive in. Travis is going to show you all the amazing benefits of the strategies he's talked about. He's going to show you live case studies. He's going to show you it in action. It's going to be impeccable. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I will see you next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m., and congratulations to our winner today as well. Everybody say congratulations to Bradley. Congratulations, Bradley. Listen, Lurn Nation, I absolutely love having you here. One last favor I want you to do for me. One last favor. Wherever you are, wherever you're watching this right now. Okay, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, I don't care where you leave it. Just leave me a big hashtag Lurn Nation. Type in hashtag Lurn Nation. Wherever you see the ability to leave a comment, type in hashtag Lurn Nation. Do it right now. Show your support. Show your camaraderie with your other fellow entrepreneurs that we work with here at Lurn to train, to develop, to transform, to improve. I'm waiting to see my first one here. I'm sure it's going to come in any minute. There's usually a bit of a lag. There we go. We're starting to see a bunch of them pouring in. Renell was the first one, and now they're just pouring in. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I absolutely love to see oh, there we go. Thanks, Lurn Nation, eager to learn. We got tons of comments pouring in here. You guys are absolutely amazing. Hey, Travis, thank you so much for giving us your time. I know you just traveled back today, and you're here like a trooper. You're going to be here with us one more week next week to really blow us away again. You are absolutely a brilliant man. Thank you so much for everything you do, and thank you so much for everything you provide for us. So thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and I cannot wait to show next week. I get super excited when I get to see the results that these guys are going to be getting. So I'm pumped.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, listen, Bradley, congratulations, and to everybody else who's here, thank you very much. We will see you next week, same place, same time, same day. See you guys at 9 p.m. next week on Wednesday. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Travis.
See ya.
See you guys later.